I think I've always been writing. I have stories and journals that I wrote when I was a wee little child. Because I also paint and play music and do other things, but I never cared about any of them as much as I cared about writing. I think I was always encouraged to write or just to be creative. I kind of come from a creative family. My grandmother was always making me these books, and my mother's a painter and my dad was always writing. And I feel like that's probably how I first started writing. Is I have this very clear memory of being about 5 or 6 and bugging my dad about something. And he was trying to write in his journal at the time. And he gave me this little notebook and said, "Here, start a journal." And I wrote about what I was wearing that day and how I wanted to get a cat. I just remember that first entry. And then I was like, I don't know, what else do you write in a journal? I don't know.
How much for you is writing therapy?
I don't think I ever think it is consciously. And I never think it's autobiographical at all either. I always think I'm being terribly original. And then I reread something later, or someone I know rereads it, and it becomes clear to me that that maybe I was sort of working through different issues or questions. And I think when I started the book, I certainly would have never thought that it was therapeutic in any way. But then, especially now, talking more about sort of where ideas from the book came from, I realized that a lot of Susanna's character came from me looking at certain people in my life who I felt like were making really bad decisions and just making all these really counterintuitive, kind of self-destructive, bad choices. And I was really interested in this. Like, why do people make choices that are transparently bad and that they know are bad and everyone else knows are bad? And because I think I'm pretty risk averse and I'm not like Susanna at all, that it was sort of a way of exploring that kind of why would someone act this way? And can I understand? She doesn't even really understand why she's acting so poorly. But it was kind of me trying to figure that out. I teach writing classes, and I feel like there's always this moment in the beginning of the writing class where people come in and say, how do I get an agent? And I feel like that has to be not the most important part to you. That sounds it's easy to say that having published a book and saying, oh, well, the publication isn't the most important, of course. But I think it's only worth it if you really just love the writing and kind of can't figure out what else to do with your time. Every time I walk into a bookstore and see my book there, I have the same thought, which is, oh, look, they put it next to all the real books.